We don't have an intro to this podcast. Maybe we'll have one later. And we're back. Hello, this is the Film Crew podcast. I think my name is Quan.
And I know for sure my name is Gasper.
And what do we got? Well, let's start off with some announcements for Film Crew. One announcement. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a little red square to the bottom left of each of our screens. Mine used to say Dury Kwan, but I haven't updated that channel in months. But I started a gaming channel, Kwan is Gaming, and hopefully I should be able to update that a little bit more than Dury Kwan channel. So that's update announcement thingamabob one. But that's about it for me. Do you have any announcements?
Uh no updates here. Um I think we should move on to film news
Oh,
slash
okay.
movie news.
Time for some news. Rick and Morty is coming out June 20th for season 5. So that should be fun if you're a Rick and Morty fan. Also, I just found out about this. I shouldn't have. I should have found out about it months ago, but if you haven't if you don't know, there is a new movie coming out. And to give you a hint, I will try to do an impression. I am the great Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. Yes, new Beavis and Butthead movie coming out on Paramount Plus. There's no updates on the dates or what the plot's going to be. They just announced there's probably going to be a movie. Uh, and here's the problem. Apparently, this was like months ago. They announced it, and I just found out about it on Friday because I was watching YouTube and a Beavis and Butthead ad popped out, which is fucked up. And here's why. These fart knockers in YouTube keep sending me ads of bullshit I don't want to see. And YouTube knows that I love Beavis and Butthead. But for some reason, they just told me about this. Like, I don't give a shit about most of these ads they keep showing me. Beavis and Butthead's like something I would have liked to see, and they just told me Friday. They just showed me the ad. So now I know, even though it's like months, I should have known. But that's all I got for the news. Fucked up that I
uh,
only just found out.
Speaking of new movies, we got a teaser trailer last week, I think, for Snake Eyes,
Oh,
which is going to be a reboot of the G.I. Joe series.
oh, that's
Looks pretty
nice.
cool. I'm getting a lot of backlash. I'm seeing a lot of backlash for this movie because in the comics and in the I don't know the animation,
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Snake Eyes is actually a white guy,
Ah, okay.
and in this film, it seems like he's
Not
not. It
okay.
seems like he's Asian. Not sure like of what
Mm.
he is, but I guess the whole backlash right now is that Snake Eyes is adopted by this
Okay.
family or teacher, and he's trained to use the sword in the way of the ninja.
Okay.
And the the character of Storm Shadow is kind of like like I guess the protege
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
teacher. He starts seeing that the teacher is focusing more on Snake Eyes, and that's kind of what makes the whole rivalry a huge
Right.
thing in the comics and in the story of GI Joe.
Okay.
So I'm sure they're gonna follow the same thing, him being an outsider and whatnot, and just getting that rivalry
All right.
going on, and I don't know, not too it doesn't give away too much, but it is an origin story of Snake Eyes,
Okay.
which if you're a fan of G.I. Joe, you know that you don't really get an origin of him. He's kind of just he never talks. He's
Right.
always has
Right.
this helmet on, so we'll see how this one turns out.
Is this an animated movie or
No, this is actually going to be a live action.
okay? So the backlash is the ethnicity is wonky.
Yeah, which it is, which I guess it's hardcore GI Joe fans.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a big fan of GI Joe. I like
Yeah.
the story, GI Joe versus Cobras, but other than that, I mean,
I'd like to
I
preface I'd
don't.
like to preface that we're not a political channel. We're not giving opinions on politics or ethnicity, gender, or anything like that. We're just reporting the news, and the
Yeah,
news
and
says, yeah,
just saying other people's opinions
yeah,
that are more true fans. So
yeah.
you know,
Okay, well, I'm not a big GI Joe fan, so I'm probably not going to be
well,
too excited
well,
about it.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Another trailer that got released is Hotel Transylvania.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
If you
was
guys,
wasn't there
if
like another piece of backlash for it, or like something about Adam Sandler not going to be in it?
yeah, big news. This is the second time that we won't have Adam Sandler, but the first time in the films. So I
Okay.
guess they made a TV show spinoff or something,
Yeah.
and Adam Sandler didn't do the voice of Dracula.
Yeah. That's
But this is the first out of the four films that the voice actor from the TV show will be um doing the voice of Dracula for the movie. So I'm
okay.
not too sure why, but probably got to read up
Yeah.
on that and let you guys know. Hopefully,
Well,
um,
we'll figure that out. Probably some money issue, or maybe like he just didn't want to do it. Scheduling.
yeah. Which, unfortunately to say, those are probably been the best Adam Sandler films in the last 5 years,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I can't think of another project by Uncut Gems was
Yeah.
really good. I
Okay.
don't know if we've talked about that, but yeah. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much all the news I got about films. So
All right.
moving on to our main topic today,
Right. Yep.
we got a movie review.
Yes. Netflix.
We need a we need to edit something like there's a
Yeah.
banner or something.
You're gonna make me
Movie
edit more.
review.
You're gonna make me edit more. I don't. Yeah, but
So go ahead.
hit Netflix series. Not Netflix series. What am I saying? It's a hit Netflix movie, right? Top
Yeah.
2021 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It got just released this past Friday, so
Yeah.
um Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
So it's getting its title from all the original zombie movies from George
Yeah.
A. Romero, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, so forth. But
Which is weird because he's not. He doesn't take part in it. It's who's the director? It's
it is legendary director Zack Snyder,
yeah.
which he actually made a remake of Dawn of the Dead as his first movie
Yeah.
as director back in 2004.
Yep.
So I think we talked about it
A
a
long time
few
ago.
episodes ago, I think. Yeah.
Back in the
This is the
day.
first time since Dawn of the Dead that he went back to his zombie genre filmmaking, and he made this
Nice.
Army of the Dead, starring Dave Bautista
Yeah,
as the
the
lead role.
animal. Gotta love it.
So, how this is gonna go? We're gonna give you guys a synopsis. Then we're probably most likely gonna spoil the movie,
We'll
and
try not to.
then
Let's try not to.
it's gonna be kind of hard because everyone knows what a zombie film
Yeah,
consists of, which is a lot of deaths.
of course.
And then we'll go on to the review and talk about what could have been, our favorite parts, and
Yeah.
whatnot. So,
Let's get that synopsis going. Break it
all
down.
right. So, really quick, I'm getting this off of IMDb. In
Okay.
my opinion, the most trusted source for all films.
Nice. Okay.
Army of the Dead. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted.
Yep. That's yeah, that pretty much sums up the whole movie. Uh
So, Army of the Dead. The title is the same as all the other zombie movies with,
of
you
course.
know, the word and then of
Up
the
to
dead.
that. Yep.
So, for example, Night of the Living Dead takes place at night.
Yep.
Dawn of the Dead takes place in dawn. This is called Army of the Dead, and it actually is about an army, a zombie army.
Yeah.
um, so we start off with the intro
Yeah. And you what
where
should I can, look, I get this is it's not supposed to be the most realistic movie in the world. There's something called a what you call it? It's suspension of disbelief. I think is a
right.
term used if you want to take away realism and replace it for enjoyment. So take
Hmm.
realism away so you can enjoy the movie more. This movie would not exist if we used realism. And I'm not talking about the zombies aren't realistic. No, I'm talking about
Right.
what happens in the intro. It was a fucking shitty ass little fucking dinky car explodes
Pretty much.
an actual military vehicle, explodes
Yeah,
it.
and we're not talking about like a small vehicle either. We're
Yeah.
talking about a freaking truck.
I don't remember what truck. I think it was an LMTV. But
It
if
was
you're,
huge.
yeah, if you're in the military, you would take a look at it and be like, "Oh no, that's completely not as plausible as it would be in real life." Um, so and it's like realism aside, maybe a rollover at best, like maybe like some actual damage, but not an explosion. A
Yeah.
complete like giant Michael Bay explosion.
I was not
Absolutely not.
expecting it to be obliterated. I
Yeah,
I honestly totally forgot the fact. I was like, wait, where is that vehicle that just got hit? Like,
yeah,
I understand the car is gone, like that makes sense.
yeah,
But where's the military vehicle? Where did that go?
yeah,
And yeah, now that you pointed out, it was they were both gone. Um, so it starts off with a convoy
yeah,
in the middle of what? The desert?
yeah.
I'm guessing what desert would that be?
Were they talking about they were on their way from or to Area 51 and it's right
I
by
think they were
Vegas?
yeah, they were going from Area 51 to
And
who knows where.
probably
They never
Mellis.
explained where they were going.
Yeah.
So, they're carrying something. We don't know what, and we end up finding out that it's a zombie. Of
Which
course.
which
You
at
gotta find out where, it being the intro, you gotta
yeah.
know where the zombie's coming from.
Here's the thing. I when I first saw the zombie, I was like, that's such a fucking full of shit. That's so full of shit. You're talking about actual trained dudes. Like I get it. Chances are they're not special forces. They're probably like 88 mics or like drivers.
We're talking about less than 10 yards
Yeah,
distance of them
yeah,
firing at their target.
and you're
And
talking
this is like,
not a single scratch the zombie took.
yeah. Um, we're, I understood right away that this was an alpha zombie.
Yeah,
I hope people that watch it understand that it's a alpha zombie, not just a regular zombie.
this
So there's also that,
yeah.
his speed is increased. He run for some reason. We don't know the story.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it told us that how an alpha zombie had more strength and more speed and pretty much still like um the brain to
This
be better than a
yeah.
regular human.
I
We
will.
saw that throughout the movie that this zombie was a lot faster and stronger than the humans in the movie,
I will say
which is weird.
this, like, cause I realized it like later on, because we had the first alpha zombie destroying soldiers, and then I was like, wait, hold on, these regular civilians are kicking the zombies' ass. At the time, I was like, they're one of the same, and then I realized, oh, okay, so that's just a different breed of zombie, and I think they said it pretty early on. Oh yeah, yeah, there were two types of zombies, and I was like, okay,
Right.
now
Yeah.
I'm on board.
So this takes when the mercenaries enter the quarantine zone, which is all of Las Vegas pretty much.
Yeah,
There's two hotels that they focus on, which I think are fictional.
yeah, it is.
I forgot where the money's at, but the other one was Olympus
Yeah,
or the Olympus. And at the Olympus, that's where all I forgot the name of the zombies, but they were pretty much all alpha zombies
yeah,
would stay there, and then all the other zombies were either outside or hibernating,
yeah.
like all the regular zombies. Which
Uh,
unfortunately we didn't get a glimpse of regular zombies outside, which was weird
yeah,
because they said, they were burnt,
yeah,
and when rain touches them, they come back to life, which was kind of weird. I've never heard that before
yeah,
in
yeah.
a zombie movie.
And it's also weird because I think I've talked about this with you before, but again, if we're gonna put realism into this, I'm pretty sure we would have done fine if even with the alpha zombies, and we're not spoiling the movie because they say this early on before they even go into Vegas. The military wants to nuke Vegas, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure you got this handled just with some drones and maybe
Which
AC-130s.
in the intro, they tried doing that majority of the
Yeah,
intro,
yeah,
which you know I gotta put a point there about the intro credits.
yeah.
Really cool scene. Got kind of like Zombieland vibes.
Yeah.
Um, Zack
It
Snyder's Dawn of the Dead vibes. It
it
had like that whole
and it kind of
cinematic scene.
yeah, and it kind of like showed you the main characters as well, which is really nice because
Yeah.
it had like a general overview, so you didn't have to like do an incredible length of exposition. These are the
Mhm.
people you want to focus on. Fuck everyone else, and I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, I'm not gonna. We're going into the spoiler territory, so I'm not gonna talk about
That
that.
yeah, that's the only problem when we're doing a review. It's hard.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard to not spoil this movie. Um, like I said, it's a zombie movie. Don't expect a lot of survivors. Don't
yeah,
expect, oh, I know that actor. He's a good actor in this film,
yeah.
or I know him from this movie.
Sean Bean, he's totally gonna survive this movie. Yeah, I can see it coming.
It's a zombie movie, people. it is what it is.
Yeah,
People are gonna die.
yeah. You know what?
That and Go ahead.
Because we're focusing on negatives right now. I, I I expected a lot of things, and a lot of things did come later on in the movie that I'm not going to talk about. Just because I don't want to say too much. One thing I did want, and I don't remember seeing this dude again, but in the beginning when they all got their team together, and one of the dudes was like, "Nah, fuck this, I'm out." And I really hoped. Did he ever come back? I don't remember.
No, he didn't.
I really wanted him to be like Water T from Rick and Morty, going like, "I care now. You made me care," and then come back and then like do like cool shit. But that never really
Yeah.
happened.
Um. So are we going with negatives or positives?
I think we were focusing on negatives. Let's focus on the positives now.
So positives, really good story.
Yeah.
Very weird ending, though.
Oh yeah.
So there's pretty much what I'm trying to figure out what he was.
He
He
was
was
a
just a criminal boss, I guess you
yeah,
can call him, who hires the mercenaries to
yeah,
go get the money, which they all think is their their
yeah,
main objective. But then he has, of course, in all types of group movies, you always have that one,
double cross.
yeah,
Are
one
you talking about
odd man out.
the the fucking head of security, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Of course, you have somebody, an outsider, pretty much,
Yeah.
and
Obviously a criminal,
he has
like
his
he's a bad guy.
own objective,
Yeah,
and you find out later in the movie what the actual objective was for this whole movie,
yeah,
which I gotta kind of throw out there. It doesn't make. I guess it kind of makes sense. We find out that there was a lot of other groups
yeah.
that attempted this mission and failed. So my big question, I think, is how come they weren't successful on the actual mission? Was it because they didn't have the right person to lead them? Because that one girl, known as what, the
Yeah, yeah,
Coyote, something like that. She's kind of like the one that knew the whole ins and outs of the quarantine zone.
yeah,
So I'm guessing if they didn't have her, they probably would have failed as well.
yeah.
I think because she
Honestly,
knew of the whole, like, we give you guys a sacrifice, you leave us alone while
yeah.
we're out here. So I
I
don't
just
know.
like to think it's because they're the main characters and they just happen to do
Plot
everything
armor.
right. Yeah. Maybe. I'm not saying it is plot armor, but if it's plot armor, then it's really subtle. Everything
uh
just so happened to be. It's not obviously everything didn't go right, especially in the beginning of the movie. We were talking about positives, so the beginning of the movie they were doing like the whole like here's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna work well, and it's gonna be a snap of the finger, in and out, too easy. And then what was the dude's name? The the uh the
the safe
the
guy.
safe guy. He was like, oh wait, what? That makes no
Yeah.
sense at all. And then obviously, even the viewer would expect, hey, that's not how it's gonna go. Something's gonna go wrong, and then obviously it did. And
Which I think it could have been. I honestly did not like the character of the daughter of Bautista's character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She kind of ruined the mission for everyone.
Really?
Because yeah, if they didn't have to get her from the other
Oh yeah,
hotel,
yeah.
then they could have just gone straight to the outside of the quarantine zone and probably would have been safe. But that extra what 2 minutes that they
Wasted.
had to try and save her, I think that caused the whole mission to be a fail.
It and,
Spoiler.
and oh yeah. In terms of the world, it doesn't make sense for her to be there. But in terms of storyline, like I think that's a really good like uh an arc for Batista and his daughter because they don't really like each other
Mhm.
because he was never there even after
Right.
like after the whole thing happened and then he comes in to rescue her. So I think in terms of the character's arc, it works really well. But I get what you're saying. In terms of the world, it there's she shouldn't have been there at all.
Yeah. Um, let's move into the deaths of
Wait,
the characters.
wait.
Not I'm not gonna try and name like say who dies when and how
Who, where, what, why?
and yeah, pretty much. But some of the deaths were really satisfying and some of the deaths were really
Annoying.
uh kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And then there were some that kind of caught me off guard.
Let's
There
especially
there
not.
there there was one death that I saw coming. I'll just say, I don't know if you got that far in the film, but there was a
Get yeah,
moment with the elevator.
yeah, get just say who, not the name, but oh, huh.
The elevator scene. The elevator from the vault.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that I saw it coming a mile away.
We I think
Had a whole emotional
yeah,
moment
yeah.
with Batista, and then it was just like, all right, let's go do this, and then boom, like, oh well, I saw that coming.
I think a lot of things I
um
saw coming. I don't know what to say in terms of the deaths though, just because like I have some things to say about some deaths, especially towards the end.
right.
I'm gonna say this: if you're an inquisitive mind, if you like analyze the movie as you watch it, like you're gonna see all these deaths coming.
Yeah. I gotta say my favorite death, which was kind of how can I explain it? I saw it coming, but at the same time, I was rooting for them to survive. Was probably
The first,
person,
first
the first girl to get to die. It was she followed the wrong marker.
oh yeah, yeah,
I thought that whole moment was really cool. I think they gave her a shining scene
yeah,
to show how good she was with her weapons, and I really thought she was gonna survive. Unfortunately, she didn't. So that was
yeah.
probably my probably one of my favorite moments of the entire film.
Yeah. I
I didn't like the ending though.
I like the ending, but I can't talk about it. Like I saw that coming. I was like, of course it has to end like that when
Yeah.
everyone gets when a certain
Well,
person
I'm talking
gets.
about.
Are you talking about the
Go ahead.
the bite
Yes.
in the plane?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw that coming. Because it's like
Yeah.
what?
So I mean, I'm gonna compare it to two films. I'm gonna compare it to Night of the Living Dead
Yeah,
and Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
They don't have happy endings. Don't
This
expect this one to be 100% a happy ending. I'll leave it at that.
I
Night of the Living Dead, every character dies, and the last surviving guy is still in the house, and he gets shot by some, I think, the townspeople
yeah.
that just start hunting the zombies. And then in Dawn of the Dead, they they escape them all and everything, and they go on an island, and
Yeah.
that island is also infested with zombies.
I
So there's no happy ending when it comes to zombie movies, unless it's like Zombieland.
yeah. You know what I think?
But
I think this kind of like Zombieland. This movie is kind of like a parody to zombie movies, especially since like you could see like some of the lines are just like really cheesy and
yeah, because it's an action movie as
yeah,
well. It's a majority an action movie with zombies.
yeah. There's
Um,
comedy lines and it's
yeah.
comedic moments, and the ending's kind of like a parody because like of course nobody's really safe.
Hmm.
So and I'm
Yeah.
just saying like oh fuck. I think it ended pretty well in that regards.
It's just weird that, I mean, it just sucks that like his character could have died in the vault, and then he doesn't die, but then he actually does die. So it's like, it was just a roller coaster of an
Yeah.
ending, pretty much, for that character. Um, what did you think? Because we haven't really seen Bautista in a serious role other than maybe Blade Runner
Yeah.
2049. What did you think of his acting? Do you think he's getting better? Because, I mean, his biggest role right now is definitely Drax for
I
Guardians of the
he
Galaxy.
he acted as Drax pretty well. I don't know if this movie was supposed to be something you're supposed to take seriously. So I don't I can't
Right,
really
yeah.
say for sure if like if this movie took itself really seriously, then I'd be like, "Oh, this movie's kind of outlandish." But
It yeah. No, yeah,
uh,
for sure. I mean, it's an action movie with zombies. It's a
yeah.
zombie movie with a bunch of action.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not going to be taken serious. It's not going to win any awards,
Yeah.
but it's a very different it's a very different role than what we normally see for Batista. We kind of get some, emotional scenes,
Yeah.
some serious scenes. I thought he acted really well. I would say it's on par with his Blade Runner
Yeah.
role.
Never watched Blade Runner,
Yeah,
but I
you
liked
got
it.
like,
I liked it.
you got all the shooting going
Yeah.
on, you got all the explosions, but for the scenes that were kind of meant to be emotional, it was it was good. I thought
Yeah.
his acting is getting a lot better. Um, he actually turned down the role in the Suicide Squad to star in this movie.
What was he gonna play as? What
I
was
don't know.
his oh, okay.
What he what I know he's really wanting to bring to life is Bane.
Yeah.
So I could see him as a pretty good Bane, but we'll never know.
Yeah.
Do I think he chose the right film? Maybe. Like, I mean, it's on Netflix. You got the Netflix subscription. You can watch it
Yeah.
for free, pretty much, and it's a good. It's another movie where you just sit down and watch it and enjoy it. So
If you analyze the movie, you're gonna see things coming. Also, if you analyze it in terms of realism, you're gonna be
yeah,
like, oh,
no, for sure.
yeah.
There was one scene that I did kind of analyze. It's the character of the pilot.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as they enter the quarantine zone, you can like really tell that she was CGI, which was really weird because it was only like maybe two characters out of the whole group in just that scene
Yeah,
that was like
it's
really CGI. And I questioned it. I'm like, wait, why is there only a couple characters? Like, is this the new thing that Hollywood is trying to do?
yeah,
Like, not have.
it's weird. I can't. I don't want to say it because it's a fact checked, so I should probably like figure it out. But I did read about something, and it's an article saying that Bautista never met the actress
Yeah,
who played the pilot.
yeah.
It was all
Mm-hmm.
CGI, and he
Which
still hasn't met her, which is I don't know why. It makes no
I can
sense.
kind of go more into depth about that. So yeah, you're right. They never met on set. The movie was pretty much like 90% complete,
Yeah.
like filming wise. And unfortunately, an um actor slash stand-up comedian, Chris Delia,
Oh.
was supposed to star in this movie,
Yeah.
and there was allegations, so they had to kind of cut him out of the film.
Okay.
So they brought in this actress to play the pilot, and since everyone was pretty much done filming their scenes, they had her act all her scenes by herself,
Damn,
and maybe
that's
like one scene with her with the other actress. I forgot her name too, but yeah. So pretty much she filmed all her scenes by herself,
damn.
which kind of makes sense because
Yeah.
almost the whole movie she is by herself,
Yeah.
which I think was really done well to kind of like fill in a
A hole.
role
Yeah.
that they needed to fill in. So good job on that part. Uh, but yeah, that's the reason why the CGI looked a little weird with her being in the with the whole group,
Yeah.
and why she's pretty much by herself in the entire film until like
Okay.
maybe the ending. Um,
Yeah.
what else can we talk about?
Uh I'm just trying to avoid spoilers, but I don't have anything else to say. It's
Did you have a favorite character by any chance?
I don't remember the name. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember the names. Uh but I don't know. Who's the probably the safe cracker.
Okay,
Yeah.
kind of like the comedic relief.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
is weird. Now
I
that I
re
think about it, every movie that has a comedic relief,
you kind of
that's my favorite.
you kind of gravitate towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that whole scene right before he gets to the safe was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like with Guzman and what's the other guy's name? Van Vandero or something like that. When they're trying to get like a zombie to walk to the safe. I thought that scene was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um I really like the character of the alpha zombie.
The queen or
It was a really
or the
the
the king or the queen.
the the king,
Oh yeah.
which his name is I guess considered a Zeus, which kind of fits the whole Olympus.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good tie-in.
Yeah. So he was pretty he is the he is the zombie that you meet at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, his whole like reason why he's there is kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
why he goes after people that enter the quarantine zone. Um, I Another flaw I guess I kind of see is like, do these zombies need to eat? to survive because it seemed like they were okay with staying in the quarantine. Like they weren't trying to expand.
Which,
I mean, they're
hmm. But if
the
we're
only
gonna,
reason they kept feeding was because they kept on coming into the quarantine zone.
yeah, if
But I don't know.
uh, if anything,
A work of fiction.
yeah, we can analyze the intent of the alphas and the zombies. Honestly, if they didn't need to feed, they could probably just like I can assume that they probably have some human emotion even though they're dead, because they
Yeah,
are smarter and they think.
which the
Um,
alpha did,
yeah,
especially with his queen
yeah, yeah.
for his queen.
So I wouldn't see why they couldn't just reintegrate into society. Um,
Which I mean, they did make a what pretty much a monarchy
yeah.
for the most part. Uh, the next big question I have, which kind of doesn't spoil anything, but what was that blue plasma light thing that certain zombies had? Did you notice that by any chance?
No.
Yeah,
What is?
there was maybe like 3 or 4 zombies after getting shot in the head and their head exploding. It gave off like a blue light,
I
and
can.
it definitely was it was the alpha that had it, and maybe a couple more of like the secondary zombies that had it.
Huh. I can. I
And my
can.
own
I can throw in some reasons. But I don't. Okay, so big reason is, was it noticeable? Because I don't remember it like vividly. Those.
it was only maybe like there was only like 2 scenes where it actually happened.
Okay, so first thing that comes to mind is it was a editing error. Maybe they kind of fucked up the lighting or the edit.
You might have to rewatch a scene then, which I don't want to spoil
Okay.
because that scene actually represented that a lot.
Okay. So
So I'll give you the mark of where that point is in the movie
yeah.
because I don't think it was an editing issue. At least I
Okay.
don't think it was.
Uh.
And then I guess I can throw a theory in for it was that it might have been like extraterrestrial,
Oh.
possibly.
Yeah, because you don't really.
Area
Yeah.
51.
Especially since they talked about it in the beginning of them saying like, oh, maybe it's the Holy Grail, maybe it's
Yeah.
all these conspiracies. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, actually not the Holy Grail because he just said it's the Holy Grail of Area 51, which is aliens. So I could honestly that might be a. It makes sense.
Yeah, which I think the original Night of the Living Dead kind of throws it out there saying that it was some sort of extraterrestrial
Spore.
that made zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, the spores. So maybe it's a callback. I don't know. I'll try and show you that scene
Yeah.
before we record the next episode of the
Okay.
podcast, and we'll go back to it. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, good film. It was a fun watch. A lot of questions unanswered, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I think they were saying that it was kind of like rushed towards the ending.
Mm, yeah, I mean, for almost the first half of the movie, you have maybe only one death out of the
Yeah.
group, and then the whole second half is a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess we'll talk about it more next episode, and I'll throw in more questions that I felt were
Yeah.
unanswered, and like I said, good film, fun watch. Uh, Sequel maybe. We never know.
Possibly, yeah.
We never know what's going on with Hollywood these days with their sequels. Just every other movie gets a sequel, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised that this one, especially the way it ended. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, we'll give it a week. Well, we'll see where we're at if we have a topic for next week. But if we don't, then I would like to spoil this movie a lot.
Yeah.
um, Other than that, I think I'm all done with Army of the Dead
6 out of 10.
without trying to spoil it.
Comedic moments, emotional moments. You get everything cliches of all the cliches of zombie movies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If the movie does well, like I know it's not a box office because of Netflix, but if there's a lot of watches and rating, a good rating, then I could see a sequel coming out. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's uh that's all I got.
In that case,
All right.
Mr. Kwan, do your thing.
If you're watching this on YouTube, again, the little red box in the bottom left of each of our screens. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Gaspar has a channel, Gaspar underscore the underscore creature. Again, I'm changing my channel. You can still subscribe if you want to the Dirty Quan channel, but I'm gonna start promoting Quan's gaming channel for gaming because I'm trying to do more stuff with that. You could listen to this on almost any podcast thingamabob out there. And we have an Instagram and a Twitter at Film Crew 7 for Instagram. We're not going to update Twitter though, but if you just want to check the Twitter one out at Crew Film. But yeah, that's about it.
So once again, I'm Gasper.
And I'm not. And we will see you all next time. That's how I do the ending, right? We'll see you all next time. Yeah.
At the Film Crew Podcast.
Yes. We also don't have an outro either. We'll probably have one soon.